You're watching Election 2019 coverage from WBONTV.com.
Chief of Staff for Lieutenant Governor Jenean Hampton Stephen L. Knipper says he is no stranger to the race for Secretary of State, as he ran back in the 2015 elections and lost by a small margin to Alison Lundergran Grimes. Knipper says he wants to take on the challenge again, as he was previously an Erlanger City Councilman, but now has the statewide election experience. One of the primary focuses of his campaign, Knipper says in his 2-minute sit-down, is to make the office more automated, especially with the prolific use of smartphones being so prevalent these days. Knipper also says in the past there have been obvious security vulnerabilities in the Kentucky voting system, and says he was proven right last year when Kentucky's voter data was hacked and for sale on the dark web. Being a cybersecurity expert, Knipper explains that he has the technical know-how to remedy these problems so that Kentucky voter information is kept safe.
I was Chief of Staff for Lieutenant Governor Hampton. Actually, I met her in 2015. Now, when I ran with her, I was a Secretary of State candidate and then nominee. Came real close to beating Alison Grimes. Now, but you got to wonder though, I was an Erlanger City Council member before then, and so I never really had much experience statewide, so nobody knew who I was. I'll say from a party standpoint, the Republican Party wants to attract younger voters. If you want to do that, you probably make your office more automated, and you make your office more usable from, this.
Right.
And since I'm an IT guy, we have plans to do that. The voter rolls are taking such an attention because that's what people are concerned about, and that's what I'm concerned about. However, when that's running, you can run parallel projects. And 2015, I said it was my second platform, is business, making business better for Kentucky. So how do we do that? Well, it's really easy. You become more customer friendly. You go, and I've worked with economic development team, and I went to them and I told them my plan, and my plan was basically give better customer service to people that are going to be bringing businesses to our state. My third plank, real quick, would be probably adoption process improvement. If you try to adopt a child now in Kentucky, we only have experience in foreign adoptions, but I've talked to the couple that the governor has appointed to be the adoption. They're specializing in adoption and foster parenting. I've talked to him and I said, what do you think of my idea? And I ran my idea by him, how to improve it. He said, oh my gosh, that would be awesome, because it would cut down the time. It actually cuts down expenses. So you're going to have a one-stop shop for stuff like that, where people can come down to the Secretary of State's office, have all the papers done. All the municipalities still get their money. I'm not trying to cheat anybody out of money. It's just more efficiency and better customer service for our citizens. One of the things me and two of my friends are working on is how to get an electronic voting for veterans overseas. Because right now, overseas voting, it's a nightmare. You have to, you send it in, but it's the process you got to go through. You got to fold your own envelope, write something on the outside. Again, it's this labor process, voting for the person you want to have something done. And it works so much better if you're voting for somebody. A lot of people say, well, I'm not going to vote for that person, and they say, matter of fact, I'm going to vote against them. Studies show that most people don't go out to vote against people a lot. They just go because they're being drawn. They really have an agenda, something that they like about that person. Please vote, get involved, understand why you're voting, and get behind a person that you like.
You're watching Election 2019 coverage from WBONTV.com.